Hey guys, so I had some questions from a few different people about the drip irrigation system that we use. Yeah, you're not going to see me today because I'm a sweaty, gross, dirty mess right now. But I wanted to show you the drip irrigation system after I've laid it down in action. So these are the same thing. This is just an older version of the 1/4 inch emitter drip tubing. That brown stuff is the newer version. But this is what it looks like when it's laid down in the newly amazingly prepped bed, if I do say so myself. The 2 videos that I did yesterday showed how I did this. But this is how it looks once it's laid down, and you can see it's like I was showing yesterday, just flexible, and you can kind of, I usually just lay it evenly and then move it if I need to for plants. And then over the top of that goes mulch. So over here you can see how nice and fresh and new it looks. Aren't those beautiful? Echinacea, purple coneflower, really pretty. Also, you can dry it and make tea. So, medicinal flower garden. Anyway, so here's the drip irrigation. There's the dry. So this is it dry. I turned off the valves in these 2 beds, obviously, because I don't need to drip irrigate an empty bed. These ones I have on, and the way I have it ran is I have a hose that goes up to my house with a timer. Sorry for the rooster. And then I have a detachable hose hook up here. I put this splitter so that when this hose gets super boiling hot water during the day, I can flush it out and get all of the boiling hot water out before I go ahead and turn it on. You should be able to hear it. It'll flush out the air line, and I'll go in for a close-up here and show you guys. But at this point I've turned the water on, and it's ran through just a solid flexible distribution tube. This does not have the holes, it does not have the emitter. Again, this is just piecemeal together from my last garden. But this is all solid, just distribution, drip irrigation tubing. And then I have it going up with some, 90 degree brackets. And then I have the distribution tube right here that feeds the drip line. So I have that for all the beds, and it's all connected through this one central hose. So all of this distribution tubing, I have it covered with bricks so that I don't torch it. I use the flamethrower to get rid of weeds, and that's how I stop myself from torching my drip line. But anywhere there's a brick, you can see it goes here. And then again, right here is where it splits. It's kind of been overgrown. Sorry. And then it splits here off to these 2 beds. And I left this little nub here so that I can add on an additional bed later. I'll have enough real estate here to kind of attach another fitting. But that's, very easy to do. You don't need any special tools. You just basically push these barbed fittings onto the tubing. It helps to get like maybe a little bit of boiling water. Flexible tubing kind of gets a little softer that way. But this is how it works, and this is it in progress. You can see it drips all the way through, and I thought this was kind of cool because you can see how it wicks outward. So I don't need, a drip line touching every single inch of this bed. It would be overkill, and this is sufficient. So you can see how wide it's already started to wick out here, and even underneath it will go out further underneath the surface. That's why mulch is really important to put on top of this. But yeah, those 3 lines up the length of the bed is pretty sufficient. And like I was saying here, when you want to kind of tuck it in closer to a plant, you can do that to make sure the water source, like right here next to my jalapeno plant, I just stuck it next to the stem, and it gets even pressure all the way through. It's a self-regulating, pressure regulating emitter. It's self-cleaning, so you don't get dirt and stuff in there. And at the end of the line, I just put this little, they call it a goof plug, but it's basically just a stopper. And I can take these off and flush out the line if I need to. If somehow dirt does get in there, I can flush out these lines. But there it is, pretty simple. It took a lot of thought, actually. This has been years of fine-tuning and trial and error, but I am incredibly happy with this 3-line system, and it'll save a lot of water. And for me, when I forget to water in the heat of the summer, I can have the timer on 2 or 3 times during the day. And you can see already right here, it's a little dry right here on the edges still, but as of right now, it is totally wicked out across the whole width of the bed. So hopefully that helps. I had quite a few people ask me questions about that, and there's the layout. My plants have been pretty happy, and I don't have to worry about forgetting to water them. And it also reduces foliage. Watering, you don't want to really water on the foliage because then you get diseases and fungal things. So as much as you can avoid watering from above as possible, the better. This goes right to the roots, saves water. And like I said, obviously I'll put a mulch over this, but I wanted to leave it open so I could show you guys, and I have a friend coming over probably this weekend to check it out. So hopefully that helps.